go.
Alright.
Hello and welcome back. This week on ECHSNotSolved, we investigate the history of the infamous Driskill Hotel as part of our ongoing investigation into the question, are ghosts real? Alright, so this is the first investigation on the paranormal, and we don't have a budget. We have no money. So we can't go to haunted places or spend nights in haunted hotels in the real world. Yeah. So all we get to really do is read off ghost stories. Hope that's interesting enough.
Campfire stories.
Yeah.
It's not even ghost stories, it's just campfire stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, well.
Stuff you find in top 10 scary stories on YouTube.
Well, I'm Gabrielle Thornton.
I'm Brianna Hernandez.
I go by Bree.
I don't. The Driskill Hotel. The Driskill Hotel construction was completed in 1886. It is the oldest operating hotel in Austin, Texas, and is one of the best-known hotels in Texas. It was completed at a cost of $400,000, and it has 4 stories that occupy about a city block. Carved limestone busts of Driskill and his 2 sons, Bud and Tobe, reside on each side of the hotel. There are 60 rooms inside the hotel, including 12 corner rooms with attached bathrooms. The hotel has an open design and even had a special ladies' entrance back when it was first created for women to walk directly to their rooms, avoiding any uncomfortable men or,
sketchy stuff. What?
Sketchy guys on the street.
So they basically had a secret hallway for women, especially a back door, hey, come in here.
A backdoor ladies' entrance.
So they had a hideout space for them, their own little women's lobby, or was that just common? Are there any other hotels that even have that?
I don't know. I'm not even sure if this is true. This was Wikipedia.
What? That's your only source?
No, it's not my only source. I have more sources. Trust me.
I have more sources, but they were all on Wikipedia.
I swear to God. Alright, so Jesse Driskill, Jesse Driskill, a successful cattle baron, moved to Texas from Missouri in 1849. And eventually he developed plans to build a grand hotel. In 1884, he bought land at the corner of 6th and Brazos for $7,500, then announced his plans. The hotel's grand opening happened on December 20th, 1886. On January 1st, 1887, Governor, I don't know this guy's name, Sol Ross.
Sol?
Sol, it's S-U-L.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Sol, like sun.
Yeah, Sol. Sol Ross held his inaugural ball in its ballroom, beginning a tradition for every Texas governor. At the time, the hotel rooms could cost 50 cents to $1 for a single night. Driskill charged $2.50 to $5, including meals. So, an average hotel was 50 cents, but Mr. Driskill wanted $2.50.
Okay, but what is that in today's money? You've said a lot of numbers in the 1840s, but that's just how many chickens you give a person for their daughter. That means nothing to me.
Well, I don't know. How much do you think $7,500 would be in 18th century money?
$1 million.
And then how much do you think $2.50 for one night in a hotel would cost?
Well, judging by how much the Driskill hotels cost today, $200.
Yeah, now to get a room there is $200. Trust me, we looked it up. We tried for you.
We tried.
We tried so hard.
This isn't even low budget. This is no budget. This is
We have no money.
What if we got a job?
Okay, so he charged $2.50 to $5, including meals, for his grand 4-star hotel, which was an extraordinary amount for a hotel located in what at the time
in the middle of Texas nowhere.
Yeah, it was considered a Wild West town.
Wild West town.
Austin, Texas.
The fastest hand in the West.
The hotel went under new management many times throughout the 20th century and was eventually bought by George Littlefield, who renovated the hotel, promising it would never close again, before eventually selling it to the next owner.
It would never close again, but I'm just gonna sell it, so maybe? I don't know.
I promised, and then I left. Peace.
So Avengers Endgame?
The original building was expanded with a 13-story tower, and each of the 60 rooms was given its own private bathroom. Like hotels usually have. In 1934, President Lyndon Johnson met his soon-to-be wife, Claudia Taylor, for their first date at the Driskill dining room, which pretty fancy.
I don't know. You said it's the most well-known place, like hotel in Texas, but I've never heard of it.
I asked like my parents. I was like, "Hey, do you know anything about the Driskill Hotel?" And my dad, who lived in Austin, was like, "Whoa." So I guess it's popular. I don't know.
I asked my parents. I said, "Hey, do you know that hotel in Austin?" They said the Driskill, and I was like, "How do you know?"
Yeah, it's that popular.
Because I don't know what it is. I always think of that like thing from the book. Go on.
In 1969, the hotel was threatened by demolition but was saved at the last minute. Of course, we didn't tell you all this to inform you of its interesting past. We're here to tell you the more intriguing and quite famous stories of hauntings of the Driskill Hotel, including, but not limited to, the tales of the 2 suicide brides of room 525. Fun times.
I thought you said there were only 60 rooms in the thing.
Wait.
It's recording. You're good.
Okay, so I thought there was only 60 rooms in the that's what you said. There was only 60 rooms and there was like 4 stories and it covered like a block and a half or something like that.
No, it covers 1 block. I don't know if this was completely accurate.
I thought you said you had more than one source.
I had more than one source on the like ghost stories. I did not have more than one source on the Driscolls.
Actual hotel.
Yeah.
Can't you just look up the blueprints? If we could just
60 rooms. I was right.
wait, then how come there's a room 525? If
That's just to the numbering, Bree. Why do we have a room 367?
Because the ACC building has
No.
1,000,
No.
2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 6,000, 8,000.
Does ACC have 8,000 rooms?
No, it's like for the levels. So it has 8, and then the 3 on it is to do the So the 8 is the number of the building. The 3 is the level. The 0, I don't freaking know what that is.
Okay, so I see. So they have 8 buildings.
No, yeah. So they have 8 for the number of buildings, 3 for the level, and then the room number is the last 2. And the room numbers only go in double digits. Boom, gotcha. Why the hell is that 525 when there's only 60 rooms? That's not a numbering system. That's a lie. There's only 4 stories. Unless they're living in the attic or on the roof. That doesn't make no sense.
We don't have to question it.
That math don't add up.
We don't have to question it. Room 525 is the haunted room that I'm here to tell you about. But we're going to ease into that.
Wait, you already told us that.
Okay, so we have a couple ghost stories from the Driskill. Because it's so popular, there's a bunch of like ghost stories and tales and
Some dumb kids knocking on the walls.
yeah, some pretty crazy shenanigans going on, including room 525. Okay, so the first the first ghost story is the tale of the little girl who died in 1887. She had been playing in the hallway with a bouncy ball when she accidentally fell down the stairs and died. Rumor has it...
Wait, is that all you have? You don't even have a death certificate name. It's just she was playing on a story of some floor, and then she just trips, falls, and dies.
Everywhere I looked up, they were talking about her. Like, everybody knows. Like, she was, like, almost as popular as the 2 suicide brides. So... yeah. I'm not making this up, Bree. Do you think I can make this up? She was playing with a bouncy ball.
I think 5 websites based off of Wikipedia can make it up.
She died. Rumor has it that her ghost can be found still running up and down the halls. Listen carefully and you can hear her laughing as she plays.
Somehow I don't believe that.
There's also a rumor that Jesse Driskill himself roams the halls of the hotel, occasionally checking in on the tenants and staff, which, kind of boss of the year.
Actually, no. Where's he buried? I need to dig that sucker up. If he's just, like, walking around, gotta put him out.
There are reports of strange cigar smells and fussy lights that are blamed on the ghost of Jesse Driskill, who died only 4 years after his hotel was built. He only survived to see it for like 4 years. Okay, so this is the one. This is the story. This is the one, guys. This is the one that has all the important, the juicy details, the death
so there's
certificates.
only 2 in the entire hotel. It's been around for a long time.
There were a couple more, but those were more like only one website had each of them. So I didn't want to like there were just like a couple. There was like, oh, I saw this guy. He fell down the stairs.
That's just how it is when you have stairs that come out of nowhere.
The Winchester Mansion?
No, I meant like, have you ever just tripped and fallen down a set of stairs?
No.
Maybe it's because your house is one story.
I've been on stairs before.
Can you count the number of times you've been on stairs?
No, because I've been on stairs so many times.
Well, that's pretty qualifying.
Okay, anyway. Okay, so however, these ghost stories have nothing on the strange hauntings of room 525, the two suicide brides of room 525. The story goes that two different brides, at least 20 years apart from each other, both on their honeymoon, offed themselves in the bathroom of room 525, and still haunt the room to this day. The room was closed due to the sadness the second tragedy caused, but in 1998, the room was reopened to the public. So they were like, oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, so you're saying that two women committed suicide in the exact same room on the exact same night, probably without seeing each other?
20 years apart.
Oh, 20 years apart on the same night.
Yeah. Same room, though.
Same room though, but like there's only 60 rooms, so you got pretty good odds compared to a regular hotel. That's pretty good odds for committing suicide in the same room.
I guess.
I mean, they're not horribly good, but the other person could have heard about it 20 years prior in the newspaper and then just said, hey, that sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm always reading the news and I find out about some lady who died 20 years ago and I'm like, huh, wouldn't it be funny if I went to her room and did the same thing?
Well, I mean, maybe it's one of those things where it's like, hey, my life sucks really badly and I don't know what to do with it anymore, and this newspaper ad that I found in my grandma's kitchen seems kind of lit.
Okay, but like, imagine the like look of surprise on the two grooms.
I don't think that they would be there.
It was their honeymoon.
I mean, maybe they were out to get drinks or something,
Oh
like
my God.
pizza, Chinese.
Okay. The room was closed off due to the sadness the second tragedy caused, but in 1998 the room was reopened to the public. Since then, people have reported strange occurrences in the room. One theory is that both brides committed suicide in the bathtub, which may give an explanation for the strange leaks in the bathroom that have defied all other explanations and logic. Other reports seeing full-body apparitions of women in wedding dresses and distant voices. I did see one ghost story about one of the brides. So supposedly, I don't remember what celebrity, but like some like band member was in the room.
Band member. They're pretty hardcore though.
They were in the room and they were trying to decide what they should wear, and then they went to go take a shower and came back, and one of the outfits had been put up and one of the outfits was still there. And they weren't sharing a room, like they were by themselves. So they thought, oh, it must have been the suicide bride. She must have chosen my outfit, and then they wore that outfit.
And then what happened?
And then that's it.
What do you mean that's it? If some ghost chooses an outfit for you, specifically, either A, you don't wear it, B, you wear it, and something happens when you do wear it, and if nothing happens out of the ordinary, then...
I think she said she liked the outfit.
She probably liked all of them. That seems like why you would argue over choosing one over the other. That seems fake.
Okay. So, now that we know all that, yeah, those are all the theories and stories, like...
That's it?
Yeah, two suicide brides, and a lot of theories like, oh, I think they killed themselves in the restroom. Why? Because the toilet made a sound.
It's pipes.
Well, this stuff was documented. Like, there were two accounts of two people committing suicide. There were reports of...
Do you have anything in the newspaper for the second one? Because you said it was really sad. That's so sad that they closed the room.
Yeah. The fact that it was so sad that the room was closed.
Okay, but is there, like, something in the newspaper? Because if it's really sad, it's gonna be in a newspaper.
Do I need to look it up again?
No, but it should at least be there. I mean, I would assume if someone kills themselves and it's extremely terrifyingly sad, it's gonna be on at least one newspaper.
I mean, I'm sure if you went to the library in Austin or something, you could probably find, like, the actual newspaper. But on the internet, when I looked up Driskill Hotel, it was kind of just like, president comes to Driskill or something. I don't know.
It's just recent stuff.
Yeah, it's just recent stuff. Like, they didn't have much. Don't Google ghost stories, kids. You get nothing.
I can tell.
Yeah. There were a lot of people who deny the speculations. And,
Don't look at me like that. It just sounds fake.
but there's, like, actual evidence. Like,
Evidence of what?
2 brides committing suicide in room 525.
Not the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a lot of...
No, there's 2 documented, like, in the
Deaths?
hotel. 2 documented suicides.
Okay.
Like, you could find it, like, if you looked it up. They're both documented.
What if it was a murder?
What if the grooms offed their brides?
I doubt it. Because then, like... I mean, I could see the women doing it because it's like they don't have any standing in life. But, like, if you're just a guy wandering around single, you could get more women. But unless the guys have a track record of killing after or before, I couldn't see it.
There wasn't much, like, history or stuff. Oh. There's somebody at the door. What? Kind of wraps up the Driskill Hotel. I wish I had more, but like I said before, we have no money. We can't go. We can't go to the hotel. We can't spend a night. We can't turn off the lights in the bathroom and say like Bloody Mary or something. Like, we have nothing.
I mean, we could do that in the school bathroom, but we can't film in there.
Yeah. We
'Cause
get
it's
arrested.
illegal.
Yeah, that's illegal.
I could hang up a mirror and, like...
No, we're not doing this. So yeah.
We could do a ritual next time.
Maybe. So yeah, that concludes our episode. There's a survey in the newspaper. Is it in the newspaper?
Yes.
On the newspaper website about what you would like to see us talk about on the show. Also,
we'll talk about anything.
Yeah.
We have no audience. There is no joy.
I'd be surprised if you're watching this right now.
I would be surprised if anybody reads the newsletter.
Yeah, they're not advertising that.
Because nothing's happening.
So if you want us to do like a specific like murder mystery or a ghost
Fun
story that
thing.
you really enjoy, or another true crime because you're doing true crime next time, right?
Because yeah,
Yeah, true crime. Also, don't forget to finish that survey. There's also a question for cooking with the uncultured. We would really like it if you guys put any cooking requests, what you would like to see for that.
Also, if you just want to see us like do stuff, like I don't know, I could do tutorials on how to write. I guess you could. I don't know. It's not hard.
That's another show for another time. But
and we could also do questions. I guess you could just. I mean, maybe one of these days. Maybe.
All right. Well,
I guess that's about it.
the 2 suicides are undeniable. They are documented. But whether or not the Driskill is haunted will forever remain not solved. All right. That's it, boys.